Florida State, you have literally put me to sleep. Man, I'm a little refreshed. This is like my third take trying to do this video. First one had to be like at least 15 minutes long, and it's just me just sounding like a damn turtle. But I'm a little bit more energized now. Hopefully with this take, this could be the final take. Florida State, you really paid that man $350, and you paid that man hundreds of thousands of dollars to become to become your quarterback. You paid that man to shit the bed in your stadium. Florida State, you are a disgrace. You need to give your campus to the Seminole Nation. The Seminole Nation need to expand their reservation by taking your campus. Because that is an embarrassment. You are representing the Seminole Nation. You are representing the history of that nation, of those people. And when they fought, man, and damn it, when they fought with pride, they fought with honor, they fought with dignity. They didn't fight like that. They didn't fight like a bunch of just bums. Like, that shit was terrible on the football field. You need to give that campus and that football field to the Seminole Nation, especially when you have their logo as a representation of your campus. That shit is insane. That is, my goodness gracious. Y'all did the laziest war chant I think I have ever seen any Florida State fan ever do. The game probably had 40 or 50,000 people in that damn stadium, because damn near 30,000 of it, especially on the top half, on the opposite side, that shit was empty as hell. The people look gloom, the people look boring, and the craziest part is when I actually fell asleep during that game, Florida State had some momentum, right? They had scored, right? They were a little bit more creative they were a little bit way more creative actually. And they drove down the field. DJ looked pretty accurate. Had a couple of trick plays in there. And they looked like, hey, maybe Florida State could rebound. And so I was kind of pissed off when I woke up, because I'm like, damn. Even though Boston College drove, on the next drive, drove it literally down your throat, ran that shit, and scored, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I think Florida State, I think they've woken up. I think they're going to be way more creative. They're going to, DJ, I think he's kind of woken up a little bit. I think he's going to be accurate for the first time. And this could be maybe a higher scoring game. So I was pissed off. So I immediately went to the scoreboard because I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm guessing this is probably like maybe a 30. If Boston College didn't win, it's probably like a 35-28 sort of game. I think Florida State might have done something. I checked the score, and it is the exact score. It is the same score that it was when I went to sleep in the third quarter. So you're telling me that in the rest of that second half, Florida State just got punched in the damn mouth. Boston College just ran it down your throat. Again, I haven't watched it, so I got to watch the fourth quarter again. I got to watch the third and the fourth quarter. But if that happened, Mike Norvell might have to go on the hot seat, right? Your athletic director or whoever was responsible in terms of paying DJ Uiagalelei, they may have to get checked. They may never have to be a booster again or NIL donor again to paying that man hundreds of thousands of dollars, especially towards that gas station or store that paid him that paid DJ to talk about that fucking soda pop with the double cups. I don't want it. Whoever paid that man to represent their store, he needs to. No athlete ever needs to represent that store again, because that shit is insane. You paid that man hundreds of thousands of dollars to be your quarterback. And then whoever the rest of those receivers are, because let's be honest, a lot of those receivers you brought in. You're brought in for the most part from different universities. None of those receivers need to play football, need to play for that university again. The amount of drop passes, especially from your tight end, was absolutely insane. It wasn't all on DJ. Your receivers kept dropping shit. Your tight ends kept dropping shit. You got dominated once again on the offensive line in terms of the line of scrimmage. And then your defensive line, the so-called best defensive line in the country, played like an absolute I can't even put into words. And the funny part is, Florida State fans, you deserved every single thing that you're getting. You deserved every single thing that you're getting, because you sat up there during the offseason. You kept bitching and moaning about how Alabama stole your playoff spot, and how Kirk Herbstreit is a coward, and you kept calling Kirk Herbstreit an asshole and a coward and all sort of different types of names. You made fun of that man. You wouldn't let that man breathe all the way leading up to kickoff. And credit to Kirk Herbstreit, because he hasn't said a word about the Florida State Seminoles ever. He could have been extremely petty, because I know I would have been petty as fuck. I would have been on social media clowning you Florida State fans. But you know what? Credit to Kirk Herbstreit for being a true professional. Because, my goodness gracious, you guys are just bums. But at the same time, I can see why you guys were bitching and moaning, complaining. Because the Oklahoma State fans that continue to complain about how their playoff spot was stolen, despite them losing to a 5-win Iowa State team in the last game of the regular season, despite them continuing to complain in 2011, they still haven't even played for a national championship since then. And they still bitch about that day in 2011. I was in the 8th grade when that happened. I'm 25, about to be 26. And they still complain about that shit to this day. So I don't know, Florida State fans, maybe you got something to hang your hats on. Maybe it's something that maybe you can still talk about to this day, because your season is over. Make no mistake about it. Your season is over. You are done. And now I think the question is will you guys even make a bowl game? Because make no mistake about it, Boston College is a solid football team. Georgia Tech is a solid football team. They're not great football teams. I don't even say that they're good football teams. But at the same time, though, you're literally playing in the worst Power 4 conference by far in the country, and you still are not able to make a bowl game. And the crazy part is, people were hyping up this Florida State football team that they were going to go ahead and cruise through the ACC because of what they did in the transfer portal and because of what they did in terms of recruiting. Marvin Jones, Malik Benson, you got the defensive tackle from Miami, you got DJ Uiagalelei, you got Rodale Williams, got all these receivers. All this hype, all these players that you took from these Power 4 universities, including Earl Little Jones, who I'm still bitter about, because there was a good chance he could have been starting at Alabama. And I don't even think he even got on the field. Oh, man. I mean, the Florida State Seminoles went from being a top 10 consensus favorite, at least the ACC championship favorite, to now being the bums of the ACC conference. And they deserve every single thing that they were getting at. They deserve everything. I'm glad this is happening to you. You can't buy your way to a national championship, and this is why I always kind of criticize teams that prioritize the transfer portal over recruiting. Because there's a reason why a lot of those players even entered the portal in the first place. There's a big reason why. A big reason why. And yes, credit to Florida State. They got Braden Fisk, Jared Verse, right? They got, the list goes on and on. They had a lot of good players over the last couple of years. Credit for them. Kings of the transfer portal during that time frame. What did it get you? It got you nothing. It got you an ACC title. It didn't get you to the playoffs. It didn't get you to the national championship. It got you zero. It got you zero. And so you try to do it again, and everyone was hyping it up, saying, well, look what Florida State did the last couple years with the recruiting class, with the Keon Coleman and the Johnny Wilsons, and look what happened. It amounted to nothing. You're going to go right back to exactly what you were 2 years prior to that, which was a poverty fucking program. And the funny part is, you just extended Mike Norvell. Oh, boy, you can't make it up. Florida State, you deserve everything that you're getting. Everything that you're getting. And now the entire country, I can't even really laugh at you guys. Can't even laugh at you guys. I'm a little shocked, yes. I'd be lying to say if I wasn't, because I didn't even think Florida State was going to be this bad. That you got your asses kicked at the line of scrimmage by both Georgia Tech and Boston College. And the crazy part is they did it against the proclaimed best defensive line in the country. I'll catch you guys later. I'm done.